Birdland, what's going on? Man, what a series for the Milkman up in Boston. First Orioles player to ever record 10 RBIs in a 3-game series in Fenway. How crazy is that to hear? That Colton Cowser, a rookie, is the first Orioles player to ever do that. That bodes well for our future. Colton is absolutely swinging the bat like crazy. Hitting the ball hard. His average exit velocity is like 7th in the major leagues right now. I mean, compared to what we saw Colton do last year, where all his hits were very soft contact, loopy line drives or soft contact ground balls, compared to what he's doing this year, there's a lot to talk about. And a few of that is mechanics. I've noticed a few things through his, some of his replays and stuff. His mechanics from this year to last year are just quiet. That's the best way to describe it. They're quiet. The front foot gets down. And we're going to go over here in a little bit later in this video, but the front foot gets down. The hands are quiet. Last year, everything was still moving while he was trying to swing. It's not the case this year. But the big thing I want to touch on is maturity. And that's a lot of things that, last year, Colton struggled. He was absolutely destroying the baseball in AAA. Destroying the baseball in AAA. Got his call, and he struggled. Absolutely struggled. Went back down. Wasn't really destroying the baseball anymore. Still had a good bit at the plate. I'm not going to take that away from him, but he wasn't demolishing the baseball like he was. He went through a rough stretch. And a lot of that, I think, was just mental. Like, he probably second-guessed himself. But, man, whoever talked to him this offseason, whether that be the Orioles, mom and dad, a friend, an old coach, I don't care who it was, it worked. And I'm going to go back to the maturity part. That getting sent down last year makes or breaks a lot of people. For him to come back and do what he did in spring training and to do what he's doing right now shows a lot of maturity. He didn't second guess himself anymore. He didn't go back and try and change everything all up, try a whole new stance. He just went back to the drawing board and simplified things that he already had. Good stance. All he did was just quiet it all up. The front step, when he takes his stride foot, it's just more natural. It's easy. It's soft landing now. Where last year, I'm gonna go ahead and here. I'm gonna show you a couple clips between what he did here in Boston and what he looked like in 2023. All right, so to touch a little bit more onto this maturity thing, the game has just slowed down for Colton. The outfield play is better. The approach at the plate is better. I mean, these guys are trying to bust him in. He's still missing the inside fastball, but you know what? He's a rookie, and he's not going to be able to hit everything just yet. But they're trying to go bust him away, and he's literally just flicking his hands and driving the ball the other way. Last year he was trying to pull everything, which a typical young guy is going to try and do, and it was a lot of soft contact. This year, this swing right here specifically, it was a good off speed away, and he just shortened up and just slapped it right into left field for an RBI. I mean, this is an insane approach, and that goes back to maturity. He didn't have this last year. He was a young guy trying to make a name for himself, trying to fit, trying to stay. And, anxiety was probably through the roof. And now it's just hey, I'm here with the guys. I'm having fun. And let's go produce. There's not much more you can ask for. I mean, you've seen the pictures and the videos here of his feet from last year. The body work at the plate. He didn't change anything at all. He just literally simplified the game. Just made it quiet. That's it. So I said, whoever got to Cowser to make him just stop and smell the roses, we'll say, and just enjoy baseball again, kudos to them. Because this guy is just going out there just having a good time. He could have came into spring training absolutely pressing, really trying to make the team. First couple of bats, he could have, listened to the fans and just been completely in his own head. He wasn't. He's out there playing baseball with his buddies. What more can you ask for? I mean, 10 RBIs up in Boston and your first time there and just nothing got to you. fans didn't get to you, the really good pitching that they saw didn't get to him. The entire image of him around Baltimore has now been changed. People went from, hating the guy last year to, okay, this is our starting left fielder, and I'm ready to say goodbye to all-star Austin Hayes. Like, that quickly, because he's made that much of an impression on the fan base in just, honestly, the last 2 series. He's earned himself playing time every single day. Literally every single day. Until he goes to a week or 2 of just doing nothing, which I don't see happening. He's showing the flashes right now of why Mike Elias took him 5th overall. Flat out. Because he wasn't a guy that should have been taken that high, if you listen to the experts. But this was a Mike Elias pick. It's got Mike written all over it, right? It's a guy that nobody else is really looking at, but he just does every single thing Mike's way. Everything Mike's wants. We're going to start probably calling this the new Oriole Way. Like, there's so many young guys that are doing the same thing and simplifying the game in the same way. We're just going to start calling this the Oriole Way, because it's obvious that they're now teaching this across all the levels. And Colton has carried it up to the big leagues, and Gunnar has carried it to the big leagues, and Adley has carried it to the big leagues. And when Jackson finally settles down, he will carry this to the big leagues. Jordan Westberg, same thing. I mean, there's not much more you can say. I'm stoked about the Milkman. Absolutely stoked. And I'm excited to see the progression that he made from last year to this year, not getting in his own head. That's the big thing. I'd be dead honest with you. I've told some friends, I was worried about how he would respond to last year. Because of the talent that he has, the only thing I was going to hold him back was up here. And he came out and has just squashed all those bugs. Squashed them. Just watching his approach at the plate and his confidence now. When he pimped that home run last night, do you know how excited I was? Not the fact that he hit a home run. The home run was fantastic. But just the confidence that I just did that. And he watched it. Like, to me, that was the I'm Colton Cowser, and that's my coming out party right there. That swing. Hello, Major League Baseball. This is me, and good luck to the rest of you. That's how I took it. When a young guy starts to get confidence and swing the bat like that, it's a dangerous thing. It's an absolute dangerous thing. It's not all bread and butter here. Colton's got some things to work on, and I know that he knows that, and the Orioles know that, obviously. He still struggles to catch up to an inside fastball. It's going to happen. You don't see 95 plus all the time in AAA. He's going to get used to it, though, and he's going to catch up. His hands are fast. And when he starts to catch up, granted 91 last night, for the home run, but when he starts to catch up to that 95, 6, 7, and 8, you're going to see a lot more of those home runs like he hit last night. Birdland, we're off to the Brewers series here. Let's go O's, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.